Hey there, welcome to saas.unbound podcast. I'm your host, I'm Nadine. I head of growth at saas.group, serial acquirer buying wonderful SaaS businesses to take them to the next level. And here I chat with inspiring founders and experts to get an inside scoop on how they made their business a success. So today with me is Daniel, co-founder and CEO of Common Ninja, a no-code platform that enables users to easily add customizable widgets and apps to any website. Welcome to the show.
Hey Anna, thanks for having me.
Sure, absolutely. And, I really want to ask you how now in the AI era, the business has been maybe disturbed or had to change and adapt. But before we go there, maybe let's start with your background, how you got to do what you're doing.
Okay, my name is Daniel Sternlicht. I've been building websites since I was the age of 14, I believe. So many years ago, I started. I worked at tech companies like Microsoft and Outbrain in variety technology positions. And since I've been building websites, I realized that there is a huge problem in this area. So 20 years ago, and even 10 years ago, front-end technology wasn't evolved as it is right now. And it was very hard to create web components. And as a developer or as a webmaster, as it was called back in the days, I had a really hard time to build tables, like HTML tables that actually looks good. I'm not sure like how old is the audience of the podcast, but back in the days, building tables was really, really hard. Like a lot of code needed to be written, no CSS3. So it was hard to create like gradients or shadow effect or even like corners, like rounded corners. So I built like a small no-code tools for building tables. It was so good that people started to use it like thousands of times. Like people built thousands of tables, started to use it in the website. It was like completely free. It was like a tool that I released for the community. And that's the reason why big blogs and Twitter accounts started to tweet about it and talk about it all the time. Now, the experience was you can create a table. You can simply, like with a click of buttons, style it with predefined skins that looks very, very pretty. And then you get a really long chunk of code you can simply paste on your website and the table appears and looks beautiful. And you can edit everything, like again, no code, everything you can type and change, and that's it. So basically, this is how everything started. That was the need, like of myself. I needed to, like a simple way to build table for website I have been building. That's it.
Okay. All right. So that was the initial idea. And it was open source, right, at first. And when did you realize that, okay, this is something, because people started to get interested, this is something I can monetize?
So funny story. It was around like 12 years ago. And one of my friends said, listen, there's a new service here called PayPal. Not sure if you heard about it. And they have like a really cool button that I can see a lot of open source projects using. Buy me a coffee, like a donation button. So I said, but why the hell would someone buy me a coffee for my weekend project? Then try it. Like there's nothing you can lose. So I've added like the donation button of PayPal to, back in the day, it was called Compare Ninja. That was the name of the service. And within the first 48 hours, two people made a donation just for me to continue building it. And the total donation was $170, which was,
A few
wow.
coffees.
Yeah, a lot of coffees and even like McDonald's or something. So this is where I realized, okay, there is a real value here, and the value is so big that people are willing to pay for it. So I will continue to develop it. I didn't know how to code like backend, so I learned on the fly. So I took like everything I wrote so far, which was pure front-end application, and then created a very basic backend for it, so people would be able to log in, to save their tables, get back to it, like redesign it. And I added like some premium features just to see like if people are willing to actually pay in order to use the tables. And I said, okay, what would be a reasonable price? Let's go with $10 for life, which makes a lot of sense, right? Why the hell would someone pay $10 for building tables? People started to pay for it, like in masses. And I said, wow, okay, like there is a real need here because it's really hard to build tables. And then a friend of mine, he's one of the founders of Monday, said, listen, why would you take like $10 one time when you can charge like X dollars per month with a subscription based like business model, which makes sense because you're giving service. You're a SaaS company, right? You're giving monthly services, you are improving the code, you're launching new features, etc. And I said, okay, why not? So let's do that. You can you can pay $1 a month for using Compare Ninja, or $10 a year for using Compare Ninja, and still people ask for the lifetime plan. So I said, let's try $30, like 3 years of yearly subscriptions. Now, something funny, when you are using PayPal, there is a fee that PayPal takes for each transaction. Now, when people buying a product from you in $1 a month, PayPal grab around 70% out of this dollar because they're taking like a fixed price for each transaction and in addition to like small percentage. So what I actually got from each dollar was around 40 cents, maybe 30 cents. But
Okay.
either way, like it was amazing to see people starting to use the product and pay for it to use it on a monthly basis. At some point, I realized that $1 isn't enough and I increased the price to $3. And again, people continue to use it, like the value was still there and the willingness of paying for it. So that's how like monetization started.
Are there still anyone left who paid $30 for a lifetime subscription? Okay.
Yes.
They got it
Every
deal.
once in a while, we are getting a support ticket. Listen, I paid like 12 years ago $10 for the comparison table widget. Why I don't have access to new features that you offer? I paid for life. Yes.
You say yes to them.
I mean, they were early adopters, so I keep the loyalty. Like
Okay.
I encourage loyalty.
Radical grandfathering. Okay. Okay. Well, obviously, I want to know how it evolved into. I feel like all this time you're talking about the period where it was just you in the company, right?
Yeah.
So, at what point did you start hiring people? Who was your first hire, or what role at least was the first hire, and how many of you are in the company now?
Okay. So I'll start with the end. We are currently 14 people in the company. But there is a gap like between when I created the first widget and where we are right now, or when we actually established the company. And I say we because I have a partner. So after I created the first widget, the comparison table, I realized like there is a need here, and then I started uh, to think about other use cases, like other things that bothers me when I developing a website, like common UI components. Let's call it this way. That it would be great, like to have a no-code editor for that. So in addition to the comparison tables, I created 3 different other widgets, like pricing tables and graphs and charts, social feed. I can grab feeds from RSS feed and Twitter and Facebook, etc., and like gather everything within one stream. And all of this time, it was a side project. Like I worked at varied like tech companies in tech positions, and this was like a weekend project. I continued to deliver new features, new widgets, etc. The fifth widget was also very interesting. I won't elaborate it a lot, but back at the days I worked at a company called Outbrain, and we had a ping pong tournament at the company. And I couldn't find a tool for like managing the tournament. And like a good indie hacker, I said, okay, so let's build one. Let's build one. And then I created Brackets Ninja, which is one of our most popular widgets out there. Its intent is for managing tournaments, and it started for sport tournaments like ping pong, single elimination, double elimination. But then I started to get like inquiries from people who wanted to make it more like marketing tool. So bring people to build the bracket and then bring people to vote for each participant. That's a completely another story for different time, different podcast. But let's move forward like around 8 to 9 years. At some point, although it was a nice like a side income for myself, I realized that there is a potential for a real business here. So I reached my partner Erez Wolf, who has been in the industry like for 20 years. He's been working at Wix and at another company. We work together all around like web platforms. And I said, listen, we can build something big here. 5 widgets is nice. You can see the traction. You can see people using, but we can build even more. We can be like the unofficial marketplace for all platforms. Like everyone who needs widget will come to Common Ninja to take like the best widget with the best integrations and best capabilities. He said yes, surprisingly. And then we started the company. So we raised like some capital to get everything going, hired the first person, which was he's still working at the company. 4 years ago, he started. And then we started to build a business. Like the first thing that we did was to build a robust platform, a technology platform, because we are both technology people. He's a product manager and I'm like more in the position of a CTO. So we started to build a platform first. Although it took some time, what this gave us is to have a robust way building widgets. So all of our widgets have the same backbones. They have the same infrastructures. And this allowed us to go from 5 widgets to more than 200 widgets in a time period of like around 18 months.
Okay.
Which is quite insane. Oh, and yeah, with a team of two developers.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, also you mentioned Wix, right? And like I said, now with AI, probably it's way more possible to build widgets or just to build website. I mean, hell, I'm building a website. I have zero tech knowledge, and I'm wondering how how you found that niche. What is the ICP for you right now, and how it has been changing, or maybe the way you're building right now is changing because of AI?
So that's a great question. So something we started to see lately, when people are canceling the subscriptions, we are trying to gather some feedback. Why do you leave? Why have you decided to leave us? Something we started to see like in the past 6 months are people saying, because I built it myself using an AI service like ChatGPT or Claude. The thing is, most of the people who canceled because of AI are technical people. These are people who know what to ask the AI in order to produce like the best thing or the best component. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that AI can get like at this point of time, okay, AI can get you like this far. But once things get more complex, you need like the technical jargon in order to make it work the way you want. So you need to say to the AI, listen, so this is the architecture that I want in order for the widget to connect to this CRM, and whenever a submission occurs, you need to send the data to this CRM. Here's my API key. Here's how I need the data to be saved. Like you still need to teach the AI the technology or the architecture or how it should work. So most of the people, not most, all of the people who cancel the subscription stating that AI replaced what we are doing are the people who use, like, let's say, our most simple UI components without any capability. So if you need an image slider, okay, you can get it with AI. You don't need Common Ninja for that. But if you need like even an image slider that knows how to pull content dynamically from an Airtable database, then I'm not sure you will get there if you're not technical. Again, today, maybe within 1 month from now, there will be a new model that will be released that will change everything. Hopefully not. But for complex tasks, AI is not there yet. And I'm saying that like as a developer who is using AI for writing probably 90 to 100% of the code during the day.
And I agree with you as a non-developer, not even close. But I realized that I'm building this little project for myself, and to a certain point, it's very easy to work with AI. But once it kind of becomes a little more complex, then you have to debug and debug and debug. And my little trick is to, again, because I have no technical knowledge, to actually ask the AI, okay, what are the common problems? What could I be missing? And it helps me. But sometimes it pulls the code. Oh, okay, so I see the problem. It's there in your 137th line of this code. Can you check it out? Does it look good? The hell do I know? Yeah, sure. Let's go with it. And I have a friend who said, okay, congratulations, it looks great, but no one knows what you built inside, and no one can untangle it if it goes wrong. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I think a lot of people don't understand the complexity of the kind of the end product.
Yeah. So first of all, I think you are definitely a power user because
Yes.
like yeah, again, I mean, you are sophisticated enough to talk to the AI and tell, listen, I don't know what's happening here. You tell me like where things can be wrong. I think that most of people are not aware that AI can do things very, very wrong. That's one. The second thing, I'm not sure if you had like a chance and opportunity to use one of the AI builders like Lovable,
I'm
Ball,
talking
Base
about
44,
Lovable.
etc.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But the more complex project you are building, the less effective the AI will be. Like if your code base go very, very large, it will be hard for you like to change things or add even small new features. And something very interesting we see lately is that people are using Common Ninja's widget, like ready plug and play widgets inside platforms like Bolt and Lovable. And which widget they are using? Forms, booking, pop-ups. Okay, like pop-ups with like display rules of I need a pop-up to be open like once a week for each user. So things that should be very trivial for platforms like Lovable to build, right? But when you're talking about an entire stuff built with Lovable or Bolt, adding like a tiny thing like a pop-up or a form that simply collects leads and pass it to your CRM could be very hard for them to do. Having said that, uh, we are building something new at Common Ninja because we see like how things are going and the wave that's the very big wave that already here. We are building a brand new AI product called Embeddable, which basically allows you to create any type of embeddable experience you can imagine. And it's mostly aiming for marketeers and agencies that currently building custom experiences or custom marketing experiences with developers, like onshore developers most of the time. And our goal is to replace these developers. And the idea is that you can build anything you want, but not an entire SaaS company, not an entire website. The one small functional component you need to do this and that. And then you can add this component to any website on any platform. Now uh, think about like 1 billion websites and businesses who is already out there in the internet, built with WordPress and Elementor and Wix and Shopify and Webflow and like any one of the thousand platforms who was built and have been used before the new area of AI companies arrived. Like if you have a business built on Shopify, you probably won't move the entire business to Lovable just because you can, right? You have a ready to be used functional business already working, bringing you revenue and everything. Like everything is in place. You built it with Webflow. You built it with Shopify. You don't want to move everything to Lovable or Bolt, right? You want to continue your business the same way you built it so far. But you do want to engage people more. You want to create more leads. You want to increase sales. So you can bring like the new AI capabilities to your website with the product we are building, while you keep using the current platform you build the website with. Does that
Cool.
make sense?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, one other concern that I've heard, and tell me, I don't know if you share the feelings about building unlovable, and I feel like it can be even an advantage because now it's cool, right? And let's ride the wave. But one of the opinions I've heard about it is that you know it's lovable and it's kind of mostly just for experiments, maybe landing pages, little side projects. So if you're a company, real company, anything like bigger than just an indie hacker, then placing a project or anything apart from like a little marketing thing on Lovable could also be potentially taken as a, I don't know, something not so serious. And like, okay, why are you doing this unlovable? Don't you have like in-house team or, what's going on? Why do you like leave your marketers build this little things? Do you share any of concerns like this?
I mean, the world is changing like very, very fast. And we see that companies started to be very stressful about this change. But still, like if you're looking at the big pictures, I think that companies like Lovable should still prove that you can actually build real businesses on top of the platform. Because like you said, it's great for POCs, it's great for like, okay, I have an idea during the weekend, let's do something and see how people react. But can you really build a business on top of it? I believe that the answer is yes. You will be able eventually to build an entire business on top of it. I think they already have like a few case studies of people who managed to start getting some revenue from apps that they build on Lovable or Bolt. But it will still take time, like for the industry to make that shift. And again, like big businesses already exist, right? Um, Platform we are using like HubSpot and Monday and Salesforce, they will probably continue to lead the way. Maybe they will add like some enhancement. Maybe they will catch up. But you probably, if you're a real business right now and you're not starting a new thing, you probably won't move your entire CRM to something you built during the weekend on Lovable. It doesn't make sense. Like there is too much risk here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Just wanted to know because I thought about this and I wasn't sure if I completely support it, but I see a point there anyway. So, okay. That said, obviously AI is a big change, and like you said, a lot of companies are a bit stressed about this. But at the same time, and you guys included, everyone's working on leveraging AI and making sure that the team knows how to use it. And I think you shared in one of your LinkedIn posts that, well, first of all, the aspiration is to become a 10x startup, and you want to use AI for this. And you do have hackathons that allow the team to, I guess, explore the possibilities out there. So, can you tell me more about like what you do as a team? Is it some kind of creative freedom, or it's we have this goal and maybe you have several teams to get to it, and then we choose what project we go on with. So how does it work for you?
First of all, I think we are one of the companies who started to use AI very, very early. Like from the very first version of ChatGPT, we started to leverage like AI on our daily basis. The reason we was able to do so is because we've been a small team, very focused on automations and internal tools, like for making everything more efficient. So my statement is that we started to use AI before it went viral. Having said that, the team has been growing, and I wanted for us, like, to change the way we're thinking, because I realized that once the team has been growing, we did things a bit more efficiently, because like we have more people who can do more things. But there were many new tools out there that we haven't started to explore, and I wanted the team to be focused on this and starting to be in the mindset of a 10x startup. Everyone can do 10x of what he's doing right now with AI and automation. So we've had an internal hackathon. We had a groups of 2 people each, like teams of 2 people. The goal was the hackathon was few goals. The first one was state of mind. We wanted to make sure that everyone are aligned and understand how the industry changed. Okay. The second goal was to learn, make the lemon of AI tools that going to extend us lemonade, get familiar with the new tools, and get our hand dirty, like start experiment with these tools, see how they work, how they react, what can be achieved with them. The third goal was to actually build. Like, it's not enough to play with things, let's build something meaningful. So the goal of it was a 2 days hackathon, internal hackathon. The goal was to build a production grade tools, both for internal use and for external use, using the new AI tools and capabilities you learn. And the final goal was the results that we saw. Some of the project that was built was like the most common one, AI blog post creator, like based on the SEO spec, support ticket analyzer, and first responder, sorry. We have a very small team of support people, only 2, one in the US and one here. We've got a lot of new customers coming in. We have thousands, 10,000 of customers using Common Ninja. And we started to see like the support team can catch up with feature requests and bugs and everything. We don't have bugs. I don't know what the word bug is. So we started to see like we have many new tickets every day, and there are weekends and there are holidays. And so we built like an entire AI agent that know to analyze the new tickets and make the first response. So whenever customer approach us, you first get the first response from AI. It managed to reduce like the tickets for our team in around 30 to 40%. So this tool started to be so good that it solves a lot of problems without a human touch. Another tool was we tried to create like a AI product video producer. So we have a new feature. We have a bottleneck of someone need to actually make the video for it, like to create it, to get everything together, to put music, everything. So we built a tool for that. It's still not production ready, but it's going to be. And AI video tutorials, which also like around the same subject. Other than that, something else we created during the hackathon was a POC for bringing AI capabilities to Common Ninja's widgets. So we have Embeddable, which is the new product, which is everything AI. And so you prompt and you get an entire widget based on your prompt. And we have Common Ninja, which are pre-built widgets already exist. So what kind of AI capabilities can we bring to it? So our solution was you can talk to the widget, and you can ask the widget to change the color scheme, to add content. It can react to files and data and images and many good things. It started as a POC in the hackathon, and then like now it's in production like for a couple of months already, and people are paying for this feature. So I can say that this hackathon actually created a new business for Common Ninja as well.
That's amazing. So it's moving both into the internal processes of the company and also into product. What are the most common AI tools that you use as a team?
All of our development team is using Cursor right now. ChatGPT, we have a team subscription, so everyone who joined the company gets instantly like a premium account as ChatGPT. I personally also use Claude. We are using Murph AI for creating like text to speech. We started to use HiGen. We are experimenting with creating AI influencer and see how it goes. What else? I think these are like the major ones.
Okay. Anything you use in your day-to-day life?
For myself,
Yeah.
I mean, I like cooking, and I think that ChatGPT is great for newbies who want to try something new,
Yeah.
like soup and roasted chicken. So I'm using it for cooking,
Okay.
and it's really great. Like I'm going to the supermarket. I mean, it's a bit personal. I'm going to the supermarket, and I'm not very good at vegetables. Like know like what this vegetable is. So I need like a celery or something like that, and then I get GPT with the camera. Is this celery? No, no, this is not celery. Is this one celery? Yes, this one is celery. Great, thank you. So I
Okay.
use it on a daily basis as well. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool. I feel like, every time I ask that question, people are like, yeah, I'm in ChatGPT and that's it. And it's hardly any answers where it's something else. Maybe a couple more people said perplexity. The most unusual answer was limitless, and it
Mm,
um oh my god, it analyzes your speech like the entire day, and
wow.
then it can remind you like, okay, you were talking to this person about this, or like you wanted to make soup, so make sure to to consult ChatGPT on what celery is and stuff like that. So yeah, it's I think it was one of the most unusual ones. um
Wow.
yeah.
I didn't know like it's out there yet.
No, no, I didn't know either. It was very weird. I started thinking
Wow.
if I'm ready to kind of give AI my entire life, and I don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah, so I'm being very careful about sharing like family related or personal related thing with AI and GPT. Like I'm not using GPT as a psychologist, for instance, and I know many people are. Or if I have something related to my kids, I'm not asking ChatGPT about it.
Yeah.
It's a bit scary.
Yeah, yeah, I know a lot of people who are especially new moms who are just there with their kids. They don't know anything. They're like, "Oh, okay, now what do we do?" And they're like, "Okay, well, there you ChatGPT, and it's so fun to like have somebody to talk to at all times and like ask all kinds of questions." And I'm like, "Yeah, it hallucinates sometimes, so like maybe double check."
Yeah, I think that a few months ago, there was a trend of asking GPT, like, give me everything you know about me, be ruthless, say everything you have in mind. And I saw like what he already had on me just based on our like mostly technical and startup related tasks and what he knew about my personality. It was scary, really.
Okay, I haven't tried. Maybe that's what I'm doing after this episode.
Yeah, you should definitely try just to know to be more careful about what you're sharing and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, and that said, AI is learning about us, but we're also learning about AI and also probably about our customers who are using AI. So, since you implemented some AI features, what was maybe interesting as a new knowledge about your customers, like how they're applying it, maybe what else they want from it?
So we released two new things lately, two AI tools lately. The first one is the AI editor I mentioned. So people can talk to their widgets and ask things. Anonymously, we took some prompts that users asked for, and we improved the product accordingly. Like people asked for things that wasn't exist in the product or in one of the widgets, and we knew to create insights from it and create the backlog of tasks to improve this widget where we thought things that repeatedly was asked by people. So that's one thing, business insights. And the other thing, we released a tool that we thought could be very cool, for lead generation, but then we realized it has an entire other purpose. The tool is called Business AI Website Analyzer. What it does is you are writing your website in the tool. It analyzes the website, extracting colors, fonts, brand, language, content, business category, intent, etc. And then it offers you 10 widgets that can improve your website. Now, again, the goal was to create a lead generation tool, send it to people saying, listen, you can improve your website, you can get more leads. But then something very interesting happened. We started to introduce the tool accidentally, in one of the meetings we had with customers. Many of our customers are digital agencies who build websites for other people using platforms like Duda and Wix and Shopify. So we introduced the tool to one of them, and they said, listen, now I'll just say it took us 24 hours to release this tool, including the landing page, design, technology, everything, 24 hours. The value it brought to agencies is limitless. They are saying, listen, I had a problem using Common Ninja, a good problem. You have so many widgets, and I want to sell these widgets to my customers, but I have no idea what to choose. And you just brought me a tool, selling tools. I can show my customer, listen, this is your website. You are missing this and that, and this and that. And you can add AI chatbot, you can add a booking, you don't have a social proof, so maybe add 3 social proof widgets. So from a lead generation, it became a sales tool for our customers, which was amazing. And we didn't see it coming.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's always I feel like you don't know how people are going to use it until they actually start. So it's yeah, sometimes it's I think the approach of building and people will come also uh, generates a little bit from that point of view, because you don't know at the end of the day where and when and how people are going to use it. So that's super interesting. I just have a couple more questions, because this is always the thing that we do here is I want you to reflect a little bit on the journey, and think about the biggest win and the biggest failure so far, and it can be for you personal, as a founder, or maybe for the company.
Okay. I think that our biggest win, it will sound a bit like a cliche, but it is what it is. Our biggest team is definitely our team. It became relatively easy to build new products, but to hire the right people to work with, I really think that this is something AI currently can solve. Because there are so many variables here. I really believe that we have an amazing team of indie hackers, people who love to create things and get things done. That's for me our biggest win. And having the culture at the company, which is so good that people are not leaving the company, although there are many interesting things or maybe other companies who can pay more, etc. That's definitely a win for us. We have zero churn of employees after
Okay.
4 years
So what's
as a
the
startup company.
culture? What do you think is the secret sauce to your culture?
So again, I think that many companies are limiting their employees of doing things in work and outside of work, while we encourage it. We have I think there is not a single person in the company that don't have a side gig, something he's doing over weekends, at night, and we encourage it. We physically have an employee who already sold 2 weekend projects he had. And we are not just encouraging it, we are helping him to promote it. So that's one. And like the home work, how do you call it?
Balance.
Balance. Yes, that's the word. Work-life balance is also something we are very proud of. I don't think that any of our employees working during weekends or nights, and this comes from us, like the founders. We both worked at companies who weren't good employers, and we know like what's the barrier of like as an employee to work in these companies. Like you feel like you don't have any life outside of work. And we didn't want to have it in our company, and I'm happy it's not the case.
Okay, that's wonderful. Any failures or maybe big learnings?
Yes, business focus. So first of all, I think that something, if I need after selling Common Ninja, um, when building the next company, I think my first hire will be someone in the business or marketing side. Having the two founders from the technology world like is a blessing because we have a very strong relationship. But not having someone thinking business from day one, I think is a mistake. And I didn't have this mindset until like 1 or 2 years into the startup. So yes, we had revenue, but I believe we could have been way beyond what we had. Like if we had something that was someone who was focused just on that.
Okay.
So like my tip here is either have this mindset from day one as a founder, or have someone who can complete you and have this mindset. And
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's a good one, I think. So, you already gave a tip, but maybe you also have a hack up your sleeve that you can share. And again, it can be your personal one. I don't know, mental health, how to have a good work-life balance, or maybe something that helps you with the team and the product and just the business in general.
okay, so as a founder, like personally, I think it's really important. You don't really have a work-life balance. Like work is always in your mind. You're thinking of it, you're dreaming of it, like weekends, nights, your brain works continuously. But you need to have time for yourself doing things that you like and taking care of your body. So I personally play tennis twice a week, going to gym twice a week, and this is the time where I know that I can clean my mind just for 1 hour, and it really helps, like mentally. The other thing, I think you mentioned it like a few minutes ago. Again, a cliche, but saying build it and they will come. I definitely agree with that. And I know that it's against the lean startup and MVP approach, but I think that now in the era of AI, it's so easy to build like products and testing the market and how they react to it. That I believe that build it and they will come. This approach will have a comeback or having a comeback right now. So no more MVPs, no more lean startup. Just build what you want and test the water.
Yeah, completely supported. We had a conversation with Jason Fried about it, and I asked him like, "Okay, you're building this next product. What's going on? Are you asking people if they want it?" And he's like, "No, you know what? Like when we're building something, we want to build it, and then we want to show what's out there. And if you like it, amazing. If you don't, well, worst case scenario, it's gonna die." And I mean, obviously, they are in a bit of a privileged position there, and have a bit more resources to build something to die. But I think you're absolutely right. Like with AI, come on, like again, taking me as the worst example maybe here, but I do have a couple of projects that I already showed, just because I feel like, you know what, if it sucks, I want to know right now, but I want people to have a feeling and kind of, yeah, understand what it's about. So yeah, I think it's a good idea. So awesome. Well, thank you so much for this conversation. Honestly, when I looked at the website and you have a really fun picture of the team there, I felt like it was going to be a very nice and easygoing chat here, but yeah, it lived up to expectations, let's say. So thanks so much for sharing the story, and happy to do it again sometime.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Anytime, and take care.